Hello, sports fans. I'm pirating an idea I picked up on YouTube. I will mention the gentleman's name who did it later on. I don't have time right now, but it entails making something like this. This is a container, biodegradable, that is made out of newspaper. And the gentleman who I will tell you about, he used tape to put these together, which I unfortunately didn't have any tape, but I did have a stapler. And so consequently what you do is you take a piece of paper. He recommends one sheet. I'm using two here. See? Okay. What you do is you fold it over, square it out as much as you can. And the key thing here is to have good crease lines. So we're going to have some, I guess I can bend it down here a little more. Okay, so what we're going to do is get a good crease line. And ideally, if you use triangles, you could get this thing perfectly square to begin with, but apparently it's not that critical. So you keep on folding it in half and folding it in half. Like I said, see if you can get a crease line on there. Fold it back. And the nice thing about this is that when you take your plant and stick it in the ground, you're not going to distress it by taking it out of the little plastic container and banging it in the soil. This thing is already in there. So what you do is you have this thing in half, right? You cut fold it. Take half of it and you fold it down as close as you can. Okay. Made a triangle. Flip it over. Do the same thing with the other side. Fold it back and forth. Make sure you have your crease line. I think you can make a jig to hold it down, I think. A little piece of sheet metal. I think you could slide it in and speed up this process and make it more accurate. Okay, so now you have basically almost like making a sailor's hat out of newspaper. This is great while you're watching TV. Now, this is the key thing. You fold it once to the center, then you fold it over to the center again. Okay. Let's spin it around, fold it to the center, and then fold it to the, what did I do? Oh, it took too much. Then fold it to the center again. Now, this is the point where the gentleman who taught me this used tape. So what we're going to try to do is use the stapler. So stick the stapler in here, staple it. Okay. Now it's quite easy to do the same thing on the other side. It's quite ingenious, and like I said, I love newspaper because the earthworms will come up and eat this away. And I would think that what you might want to do is after you plant it and it takes hold for a couple days, you come around with a pencil and start poking a few holes in the bottom, and you haven't disturbed the plant. And I think this is it. Yeah, put this one in here. Right. And once you get it assembled, I was putting it on a can. Not that it's necessary, I don't think. It's like ISO, 9002 or whatever the heck it is. Alright, so we get this thing on the can, and we start pulling it down on the can, and we flip the can over. Okay. Take the can out, and we have ourselves a nice container. Now what you can do, now that you got it set up, you can maybe reinforce the stapling a bit. You got a good deal in staples. Or I guess you could tape it, I don't know. And you're set to go. Throw some potting soil in here. And when you water these things, you're not supposed to water them from the top. You're supposed to put them in your container and then fill it up and let the water soak up into the soil and the whole thing, and leave it there. Don't move it until you're ready to plant. Hopefully you have a nice root mass in here. And then you can, like I said, either When you're getting really ready to plant, you probably could rip off, puncture the bottom, and then stick it in. So that's the deal. And when you think about these amazing people who share these things with you, and I think I was able to embellish it. I think the stapling might be a faster way or whatever to do it. I don't know if it's cheaper. You know, you can go to the dollar store and get tons of tape, but then again, you know, it's a two-hand operation to tape unless you got a taping machine. But yeah, you can get all the newspaper you want, and when you see these potting kits and stuff, they're expensive as hell. You know, I picked up a big bag of potting soil for about $10 at Home Depot. I think that's what I paid anyhow. Yeah, good deal. Take care, and I will include the gentleman who I borrowed this idea from. Take care.